myself. My name is Simon Pezzutto. I'm an engineer. I work for EURAC Research, where I lead a team in the field of energy economics. I coordinate the project CoolLIFE and have the pleasure today to provide you a brief overview. Next slide, please. Yeah, basically CoolLIFE stands for open source tools to face the increase in building space cooling demand. It's important to underline already here that basically CoolLIFE will produce two tools as main outcomes of the project. And these two tools will be open code and open source. And we focus only on space cooling, so we neglect process cooling. And we focus on the residential sector. So we cover both residential and tertiary, but we focus on the households. Yeah, it's a 36 months project and led by EURAC Research. On board we have admin, then we have the Vienna University of Technology, spin-off eSync, the Institute for European Energy and Climate Policy, the Wolf who takes over the dissemination communication, and Abud. Next slide, please. Yeah, basically CoolLIFE's main outcomes will be two tools, the CoolLIFE tool and the knowledge hub. And the CoolLIFE tool is intended for those in the need to carry out planning, which needs visualization and are needing analysis tools. And then we are going to provide also a knowledge hub, which is intended for those who are in need of data and information for specific sources and accessibility. And especially this knowledge hub is intended to solve the problem in the field of space cooling, like Luca said, of scarcity of data, also uncertainty. In fact, data about space cooling are highly fragmented, stored in different repositories, and not always accessible. And so we wanted to create a knowledge hub which stores the knowledge, especially data and information in this field, which are easily accessible. Next slide, please. Yeah, basically this is an exemplary tool chain of the CoolLIFE tool, which I would like to explain by a short example. So you start by calculation module 1, where you can select a certain area, which goes from the hectare level in Europe up to the entire European Union level. Then once you have understood the energy demand of the selected area, you can switch to calculation module 2, where you can select the different technologies and measures to cover the detected space cooling demand. Then in this case, we go straight to calculation module 4 to understand the CAPEX and OPEX, so the capital expenditures and the operative expenditures of the selected technology or measure to cover the space cooling demand which you have identified. And then we go over to calculation module 3, which provides related comfort, lifestyle, and user behavior information, which are very important for the planner, especially in various regions of Europe with different habits. Also very relevant is the calculation module 4, which will provide policies, legislations, and regulations related to space cooling for different parts of Europe. Of course, these are also highly interesting for the planners in the field of space cooling. And last but not least, then you have also a calculation module 6, which focuses on demand response, demand side management, and will indicate if there is a possibility to shift loads, and if yes, how. This is just a very, very brief overlook on how our tool is going to work, and then Mustafa will then provide further insights later on today. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, like already mentioned, the main outcomes of CoolLIFE will be the CoolLIFE tool and the knowledge hub. Regarding to that, the user needs and user stories are very important. We already carried out a stakeholder analysis, before starting to code the tool. So to identify who will use the tool and the hub and how they're going to use it and what they really need. And based on these user needs, then we started to develop the tool, so to provide a really useful tool. And in order to do this, to feed the calculation models with data information, of course, we need knowledge concerning technologies, measures, and energy demand. We need data information about policy, findings, and recommendations. And a very important part of the project for me, covered by Abud, is comfort, lifestyle, and user behavior. Because especially in literature, we have a lack of data and information concerning comfort, lifestyle, and user behavior regarding space cooling. And last but not least, we have also a part of the project related to training and capacity building, so to ensure a proper use of the tool and the hub. Next slide, please. Yeah, we identified a number of lead and end users of the CoolLIFE tool and knowledge hub. Some of those are mentioned here. You can see on the left side the lead users and on the right side the end users. And important is the interaction among them, especially at two levels. You can see these two red arrows directing the right side, because this part covers the knowledge transfer from the lead users to the end users. So on one hand, it's important that the public administration officers operative in an energy field provide knowledge to the policymakers for data-driven policy design. But another very important part of the project is also the social innovation section, in which basically there will be a knowledge transfer from the social innovation experts to the civil society. And at that point, I would like also to highlight that the CoolLIFE tool and knowledge hub are intended to be so user-friendly and intuitive that also civil society operators or citizens can use it to then follow their purposes. Next slide, please. Yeah, highly important in CoolLIFE is the tool testing as well as the social innovation case studies, which are spread all around Europe concerning various climate and social economics. You can see them spread from northern to southern Europe and also the eastern to the part of we could call Western Europe, so more basically related to Portugal, Spain in this direction. But however, all tool testing sites and the social innovation case studies are spread in different socio-economic contexts and various climate zones across Europe. Next slide, please. Yeah, basically, CoolLIFE intends to reduce energy needs for space cooling application, among others, by promoting sustainable space cooling solutions, which relate to natural cooling, passive cooling, free cooling, as well as nature-based solutions like, for example, green roofs, green walls, and water bottles. Okay, that's it for the moment. A very brief overview of the project.